the last video, you saw a recap of what God has been doing through the ministries that we support for 2015. Now you're about to see what God has put in their hearts for a fresh vision for 2016. Here I am with Mike Hennessy. We are looking forward to next year. So share with us what your vision for Open Door Mission is for the next year.
Well, as many of you heard, we're fighting to find a site to have our Women and Children's Campus.
Right.
And that fight is right in the middle of it right now. We have another City Planning Commission meeting, but we believe that we'll be in a facility, if not this one, a different one,
right,
to help women and children in our community. And that'll open up a whole new a set of opportunities for volunteers to bring the church to come down and love on these kids and love on these women. Yeah. And we'll need men in there because a lot of these kids, they've never had a positive male role model in their life. Mm-hmm. And so we'll have a lot of opportunities coming up here. We can continue to do the breakfasts, which are great. Mm-hmm. And there's other opportunities to come down as groups even during the week. We have our PB&J factory. We have different things going on during the course of the week. And chances to come down and minister and serve meals. So always different things to look at.
Thank you, Mike, for sharing. And in 2016, the more support that we can give, the better. So thank you so much for what we've done in the past with providing for the breakfast. But we're looking forward and letting you know that there's more opportunities through loving more and through just volunteering and letting the power of God use you.
Love you guys.
So here we are with Mike and Julia Peace regarding the Remix Ministries right here on Niagara Street. So exciting. Tell us a little bit about your vision so we can pray for you for 2016.
One of the things, well, there are three things in particular. The first one is we would really like to be able to make better use of the property that we have here. Okay. We have a field to our left and a field to our right. Mm-hmm. We would like to plant seeds there, and we would like to, I don't know if you want to call it a jungle gym or playground, but we want to be able to have equipment that we can allow the children to just come out here and play. Yes. That's the first one. The second one is we would like to be able to, have a connection with a school in the community that would be aware of who we are and what we're doing. We're not trying to be noticed or recognized in that way as much as if they have students that they think we would be able to help, we would be able to do so. And the last one is that we will be able to do more throughout the winter months with what we are doing here. It's not large enough, but maybe we can develop a relationship with a select group of people or a remnant from the community, even if it meant more than one evening, and to be able to do something here, not on the same order, but sort of, if you will, of what we're doing outside.
Thank you for sharing your vision with us. We're going to give you our prayers and support for 2016 for loving more. We want to make sure that we give to this powerful ministry. So I'm with President of Compass Care, Jim Harden, and you've had some awesome testimonies that you've already been sharing with us, but tell us, what are some things that we can pray with you about regarding the next year? What are some goals?
Well, Compass Care has some significant goals, and the goals are somewhat related to our challenges. And we believe that when God allows us to face challenges, that those are really opportunities in disguise.
Yes,
He wants us to go a little further, to push us a little further beyond what we're currently doing, to think differently about what we're doing so that we can get better at the mission of erasing the need for abortion, one woman at a time. And so pray about a couple of things for us, if you would, with us, if you would. And one of them is, how can we get better at reaching more abortion-minded women and serving those women in a way that helps them have their babies more consistently? So we are launching this new system that will help us engage continuous improvement more quickly. And that's a big deal for us. We want to see how our services are working with the women that we serve, and then change them with very laser-focused precision so that we can get better at what we're doing. Now, we've always been doing that, but we haven't had the kind of the high-powered tools that we've needed to do it consistently. So now we're doing that. We're actually embarking on this continuous improvement track, and that's a big deal for us. And so actually, that will be a big deal, not just for Compass Care, but for all the pregnancy centers nationwide, because we share this information with them. So if we get better in Rochester, everyone gets better, and thousands more lives get saved. If we can save one more life here with the continuous improvement effort,
Right.
that's 10 more lives in Nebraska and
Absolutely.
100 more lives in California. That's how it works. And so if it weren't for you and Faith Temple praying with us and partnering with us in these efforts,
Yes.
this kind of thing couldn't be done. So while you're saving lives and doing a great thing for Rochester, it's like a test bed for the rest of the country. And
Wow.
so pray for us, pray for all of the responsibility that means for us, and pray for our staff so that we're protected from the flaming darts of the enemy,
Yes.
as he hates this work.
We will continue to pray for you, and
Thank
we'll
you.
continue to pray for Compass Care, and your giving makes a huge difference. So thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are again with Pastor Ham, and as part of Loving More, we're looking forward to 2016, and your support and your prayers make a huge difference. So tell us what God is going to do, and what can we pray with you about 2016?
Pastor Darla, I was just at one of our communities, Keeler Park, and there were 16 people in that little room packed in to hear the gospel.
Wow.
By two of our leaders. It was unbelievable. I asked them, do they come all the time? They say they come all the time, and there's still some missing. They come all the
Wow.
time. But they don't have enough Bibles. We don't have enough Bibles. Some of them don't even own Bibles. And we're doing Bible study. And so they have a Bible or two and they pass it around and read it. But I said this week, we're going to make sure we have Bibles for everybody that comes.
Yes,
we need
yes,
Bibles.
yes.
Well, I went after the service was over, not the service, but our study was over. I was interacting with some of our Spanish-speaking participants, and they said, make sure you get them in Spanish. That's what they
Awesome.
said. We need to have them in Spanish. And I looked, I said, we will have them in Spanish. And so we need to have Bibles, many Bibles, not only Bibles in English, but Bibles in Spanish. And Pastor Darla, we are reaching Muslim children.
Awesome. Wow.
In one of our communities, 90% of the people that live there are from Somalia and from Sudan. They've immigrated to the United States,
Yeah.
so they're still wearing the burqas and all of that stuff and everything else. But they're coming to our after-school program. And they used to come and hearing the gospel, they're getting prayer and everything else.
Wow, that's powerful.
And even the person who serves as the imam over that group is beginning to come to our small group to get answers, not about Christ, but life issues, trying to adjust to the busy America.
Sure.
But he's open, and so
Open.
we're going to need material that reaches the Muslim world.
Yes.
We don't have to buy a ticket. We don't have to fly over there.
That's right.
They're living
It's
right
right here.
here in Rochester, New York, right in one of our communities.
Yes.
Hallelujah. And
Powerful.
your support is going to help us to do that.
That is so powerful. And there are ways that you can get involved, even with Caleb Ministries. Obviously, our prayers and our support, but you can sign up and go out in the summer for a pizza in the park. You can sign up to be a part of a life group, after school tutoring, prayer walks. There are so many things that you can do, and God wants to use you in a powerful way.